Hello and welcome to Big Dash Knows. Big Dash knows what? New York Giants football. Let's go. You see the thumbnail, mock draft 1.0. I know it's a little bit early. The season's not even over, but the season for the New York Giants and a lot of other teams that didn't make it to the playoffs, those seasons are over as well. It's never too early to do a mock draft, and I'm going to start right now. So I will be using PFF for this mock draft. I got the Giants selected. We're going to go 7 rounds. This is going to be a quick draft. A quick mock draft. Want to see what happens. Want to test out some possibilities and see what kind of grade we get at the end of the day. So I'm gonna go ahead and enter this draft. All right. I'm not going to do any trades in this draft. Again, this is just the first draft. I'm going to keep it really simple. And let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let's get it started. No trades. All right. So right off the bat, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter come off the board, which means the New York Giants have a choice to make right here. If you really think it's a choice. For me, it's not a choice at all. You go with the quarterback. You go with Shedeur Sanders. Other options right here will be Mason Graham and also Will Johnson. But right now, the quarterback trumps everything, despite how a lot of people might feel. I'm going to go with Shedeur Sanders in this spot right now. It just makes too much sense. The Giants have done too much work on Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It just makes the most sense right now. Now, going into this second round, I'm looking at cornerback. I'm looking at defensive tackle. In a lot of cases, when I've done these mocks before, Walter Nolan has been available. Walter Nolan is not available this time around. He goes right off the board, right in front of us. So now we're looking at Jahdae Barron as a cornerback option. I like that option. Gray Zabel at tackle. That's another option. Let's see if any other DTs. There's another DT, but you know, need meets value, value meets need, whatever. Best player available. Whatever you want to do. I'm looking at this as far as need meets value. Jahdae Barron is a nice cornerback out of Texas. Played a lot of slot, played some safety in previous years. This year he's been primarily on the outside and scored pretty well. Let's look at some of this. Look at that. When you see a constant increase in the grades, well, in 2022 he had 76 and it dropped to a 71, and then you see this season 91. His grade is a 91, and when you look at his snaps right here, again he played a lot of slot. He played some box safety, but you see his in this last year, majority of the snaps on the outside corner, and a lot of people thought he wasn't going to be able to hold up, but he held up pretty well, and he increased his stock in my opinion. So in that, it's going to be an easy decision for me. I'm going to go ahead and take Jahdae Barron right here at 34. So now we got our quarterback. We got our cornerback. I'm looking at defensive tackle. I'm looking at BPA. I'm looking at offensive tackle as well. And let's see who we got available right now. So you see Cam Skattebo. Skattebo might be available in this spot in the third round. A lot of people are hyped over the bowl game. The kid produced, man. He definitely made himself some money. Definitely made himself some money in this past draft, but you know, it is what it is with that. Too early to take a running back in my opinion right now. So let's look at some of the other options here. Chris Paul is a fantastic linebacker. Zy Alexander is another cornerback here, but we already went cornerback in round 2. Deion Walker right here. If Deion Walker lasts this far in the draft, I would probably run to the podium to snatch him up. 6'6", 350 pounds, great feet, strong. Still not, I wouldn't say raw, but still has some developing to do. The defense is intact right now, or I should say the coaching staff is intact. You get a guy like Andre Patterson, you give him a monster like Deion Walker to work with, I think you're in good hands right there. Let me look at some of the tackles that are available. Now, I think the value right here is Deion Walker. Might not get the highest grade for that because of where he is and where we're picking, but I just like the prospect right here. I don't think PFF is doing him any justice ranking him as low as they have him ranked. Still a top 100 player, but the skill set is there and the tools are there for sure. So I'm going to go with Deion Walker here. So now we got a quarterback, cornerback, defensive tackle, you know, and I think we're keeping need and value, you know, here. Oh, wow. Now, this will be a gift right here. If we can get into pick round 4 and still have Josh Conerly here, you're running to the podium again. So I already like how this draft is is coming into shape right now. Josh Conerly, I see his name right there. It is what Just let's look at him. 78 out of Oregon. Run grade is 72. Passing grade is at 83. Zone grade is a 73. Gap grade 65. You know, his true pass grade is a 78. So we're talking about a good quality tackle. He's going to be ranked a lot higher than this when everything's all said and done. You see, he plays on the left side. Dash, what are you doing? We don't need a left tackle. We absolutely do need a left tackle. With the amount of injuries that Andrew Thomas has suffered, he can't stay healthy. He can't play an entire season. It's time to start thinking about a possible replacement, or at least somebody that can step in when he goes down. And for me, it's a no-brainer when it comes to Josh Conerly right here and at this pick right here. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the tackle in this spot. Josh Conerly, you are a New York Giant. Let's keep it going. Now, the 5th round is always a good round to go ahead and think about running back. Think about the running back. And look, already, I want a thumper to add to Tyrone Tracy. Singleton is a thumper. Allen is a thumper. Mullings is a thumper. Damian Martinez is a thumper. It's almost like they were waiting for me right here. All of them right here ready to get picked. All of them. Let's see what we have here. Kyle McCord is available. That's another quarterback option. Jonah Monheim out of USC is a center that can play some guard as well. Man. I like the value here. I think we do need a thumper. I really don't know what Eric Gray is. Now, my question is, do I want Nick Singleton, a guy that can still, break one to the house? Damian Martinez did a lot in that bowl game to make himself some money. All-around back, played at Oregon State before going to Miami. Kalel Mullings is another thumper that can break away too. So it's almost like pick your poison here with all 4 of these guys. I like Nick Singleton a little bit more. Kalel Mullings is a player too. But Singleton gives you a little bit more versatility. I'm going to go with Singleton here. So this is the 3rd draft in a row where we draft a running back in the 5th round. Let's do it again. Let's build these New York Giants up, man. Let's do our thing, right? Let's see what we got going on next. It's supposed to be rapid, but it's not moving rapid. Maybe the bandwidth is too much. All right, so now we're in round 7 because we don't have a 6th round pick in this draft for a lot of reasons. Now look at this. If I wanted to double up at quarterback, you see Jackson Dart is here. Obviously, Jackson Dart is a darling right now. PFF needs to upgrade their grades. No way he's available in the 7th round. That's ridiculous. I'm calling fraudulent flag on the play for PFF for even allowing him to be this, far down a bit available in the 7th round. That's just crazy. So now when I'm in round 7, I'm thinking about special teams. I'm thinking about depth, and I'm also thinking about best player available. This is when you go best player available. I don't need another running back, though. I'm probably not going to go quarterback here to double up on the quarterback. Linebacker might be an option here. Shiloh Sanders. Do we bring the Sanders boys together with another safety? I'm not sure what's going to happen with Jason Pinnock, but those two are not the same type of player. Also, I think that Shiloh Sanders might actually slip into like the UDFA range, but we'll see what happens. And I bet you if he falls into a UDFA range, he's going to come to New York and play with his brother most likely. They're going to keep that family together. So I'm gonna leave that alone for right now. Look what else. See what else we have here. Holland Pierce is a huge tackle. Pause. I think he's like 6'8", 340. If I'm not mistaken, let's look again. Yeah, 6'8", 340. Huge. Not the best mover. Lost a lot of weight. I saw one of his. Saw a documentary on him on YouTube. He was a walk on. He showed up. Shiano saw him. He was like 6'8", 400 and something pounds. So he actually lost weight. Showed some dedication. Shout out to Holland Pierce. He might be an option. Raheem Sanders. If I didn't take Nick Singleton, Raheem Sanders would be a nice pick here too as well. But I already got him. So let's see what else we have here. Nicholas Martin is a linebacker, OSU. I like Nicholas Martin. I think he's a little bit on the short side. Oh, here we go right here. In the end of discussion, DeMonte Capert is right here. Right here. Defensive interior, a baller from Clemson. The grades back it up. Let's get his measurables. 6'5", 315 pounds. Yes, sir. Can play the 3 technique if you need him to. I like this pick right here. Again, I'm all about not wasting anybody's time. I do like Kobe Bryant as well. If he's still there, at 243. I'm gonna come back and grab him too. So let's go ahead and get Damontae Capert right now. And let's keep our fingers crossed that Kobe Bryant is still there. Kobe Bryant is not there, but we got another guy. Jabbar Muhammad is still here out of Oregon, played for Washington with Michael Penix in that national championship game, more of a slot type cornerback that can also give you some versatility on the outside. I like Jabbar Muhammad. Also, he brings that kind of attitude that cornerbacks bring. He talk a little bit, can back it up a little bit, physical too. I want to see what his grades are because I really didn't pay attention to Oregon as much this season. So, yeah, about exactly what I thought he was. Let's see where he played at. More outside, okay, just like he did last year, played a little bit of slot. I think it's the size that people say, possibly why he might be in the slot, 5'10", 185 pounds. That's an old school cornerback right there, 5'10", 185 pounds. He's not one of those 6-footers, 6+ cornerbacks, but I like his fight. And I think as far as the back end for the New York Giants, I think he can. I think he's somebody that can actually make the team and actually produce a little bit for the New York Giants. I'm gonna go with Jabbar Muhammad right here, and then let's see what we got for the final pick. LaJohntay Wester is here, speed guy, shifty out of Colorado. Made some big plays. That big Hail Mary that Shedeur Sanders threw. I forget which game that was now. When he threw the Hail Mary, LaJohntay Wester was the guy that caught that. Will Shepard's gone. I like Nash Hutmacher from Nebraska, but we already doubled up. I believe we doubled up on defensive tackle. I might be wrong though, but I do like Hutmacher as well. Bo Collins is here. I don't want to go with a tight end. Edge Colin Oliver's here, and I do think we need some help at the edge. But let's look at it. Let's look at his grades real quick. Okay, why did he fall? Colin Oliver, why did he fall? Pass rush is 90. Run grade is that. Maybe he's a little bit undersized. Let's see what he's 6'2", 240. Yeah, that's what it is. That's why he fell so far. But when you get guys like that are small but have a good grade, don't necessarily have the measurables that the NFL likes for the position that they play against 6'2", 240 and your edge. Yeah, that's real small. But when you're picking this late, possible special teams guy, somebody they got something to prove, I might go with Colin Oliver here. Let me go ahead and see who else is available first though. Let me see who else is here. Corey Brooks, wide receiver. That's another name that pops up. Wester, I don't know. He's just still light, man. He's light. I'm gonna go with the edge. Why not have somebody with something to prove on a team that actually grades out pretty well? Also, a position you can't say a position of need because we have Banks, we have Kayvon Thibodeau, but we might need that third option if Azeez Ojulari is no longer here. So I'm gonna go with Colin Oliver here. Draft him and let's see how we did with this draft. Let's see how we did. Of course, the first grade is going to be an F. That's one thing I noticed with PFF. Even if I would have took Cam Ward, they're giving out Fs when you draft somebody that high. So let's see what they say and see, or let's see what happens, or let me see these grades and see if I agree or if I don't agree with the option. So quarterback Shedeur Sanders, I don't care what they say. Give me the A for that because the New York Giants need a quarterback, and he is a top quarterback prospect. We got an A for Jahdae Barron. Fantastic. I'm fine with that. I'm a little bit shocked at this grade. We were picking 65. We took him, and he was ranked 70, but he is worth his weight in gold. Deion Walker. Andre Patterson gets his hands on him. Pause. And we have us a nice defensive front shaping out. Josh Connolly, offensive tackle. Left side, right side, can play them both. Well, primarily on the left side because that's what he played in college, but he's a young guy. He should be able to adapt. He should be our swing tackle. Josh Connolly contribute right away, most likely. Nick Singleton, you pair him up with Tyrone Tracy, you have a nice duo in the backfield. You got a guy who is a take it to the house type of guy with Tyrone Tracy, and then you have your change of pace thumper type running back and Nick Singleton. Can't go wrong with that. Defensive tackle, doubled up. We got defensive tackle Damontae Capert. This grade should be way better than that, but C- here. If we get him in the 7th round, that's a steal in my opinion. And then we're going to round it off with Jabbar Muhammad as a cornerback, and then Colin Oliver as an edge to add to that edge room that seems to be getting a little bit light right now. So I'm happy with the grade. Overall grade was a B minus. I'll take it. Fantastic for me. Bottom 13% of New York drafts, but it is what it is in my opinion, and I'm not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. So let me go ahead and get out of here. Get back to this. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so the first mock draft is in the books. The first mock draft is in the books for the New York Giants. Didn't take too much of your time to go ahead and get through that, but you guys see what the results were. I'm not mad at it at all, and hopefully, the New York Giants can do something similar and be able to get your franchise quarterback, be able to get some secondary help. Be able to help out the trenches on the defensive line and the offensive line. And if we do something like that, that'll be a strong draft for the New York Giants. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody for vibing with me. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And from one Giants fan to another, this is Big Dash Knows, Big Blue Nation. Let's go.